Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am back here today. I figured we would do kind of a fun out of the box reading. The one we're going to do today is another pick a card. It's going to be what mythical creature is calling to work with you. So let's see what shows up. I'm just doing 3 piles, so I'm going to pan out to the cards in just a sec so you can take a look at them and meditate. And we are going to go into the readings from there. And then before we get started, I did want to mention I am open for my readings. I have both my intuitive readings available and my mediumship ones. I might as well just drop a little teaser on this now. I am going to be doing a live next Saturday, the 18th. It's going to be at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST. All other time zones you'll have to check. I only know those two off the top of my head. So I hope to see you there. We're just going to be doing a bunch of free readings for an hour. So come with your questions and hang out. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's go ahead and choose the card / group / pile of your choice. Here we have card 1, card 2, and card 3. Again, the reading is what mythical creature is calling to work with you. So take a moment, pause the video here if you need to, and we're just going to start with group number 1. Group 1, let's see what you got. Your card is the Emperor. So who's coming through for you here? I'm getting fantasy vibes. Definitely fantasy vibes. Almost like Narnia type Narnia type energy. Okay, who do we have? We got also these two. Yeah, medieval fantasy vibe. You know who's coming through here for you? I feel like it's almost fairy-like because of this. This energy is what's giving me like fairy, but it's not. I don't feel like it's fairy because I keep seeing like woodland forests and there's like sparkles and like magical little, what are those called? Those little electricity bugs that just like fly around and light up. I'm seeing those. And I want to say it's like almost like a, it's not a nymph. It's telling me it's not a woodland nymph, but it's like a sprite. It's like a sprite. It's not fairy, but it's a sprite. And yeah, it's just very, very luminescent. Like just these two coming through for me. It brings through a lot of light for you. All right, that's super cool that we got that. Yeah, I'm seeing like a big connection to nature and flowers and just being like super floaty and airy and very giggly. I'm hearing a lot of like laughter and giggles and just that kind of like fun, high vibrational, like laughing energy. And ooh, this is such a lovely, lovely space that's coming in here right now. Whew. And I feel like I'm being surrounded by like beautiful little blossoms and petals and like tiny, tiny flowers. Tiny, like not like really big blossoms, but like tiny little daisies and little forget-me-nots like that. And let's see. Well, that's cool. Okay, so you have a woodland sprite. Let's see. Why are they coming through for you? Why is this the being that's called you to look at this reading? What is it they want to help you with? Okay, let me pull a couple. I do feel they are very high vibrational, so maybe whatever it is that you are either going through or need the help with, they're definitely there as a very strong support. I'm feeling kind of like a battery. Like they're here to like zhuzh you up. And that is, I think that is exactly, that is what these cards are saying too. So So just like looking at this beautiful picture, look at all the beautiful, there's so much just color and radiance. There's a lot of color and radiance happening here. And I feel like it's the sparkles. It's like the sparkles and everything. Everything in the background is what's calling to me. Like she's got sparkles here behind the moon. He's got something going on back here with his cup, and then the things all around. And I feel like your woodland sprite wants to add more, should I say like pixie dust into your life, and more like sparkle and little pieces of magic here and there, and a more prominent sense of wonder. And I'm thinking of Peter Pan here right now, probably because I said pixie dust, but I just feel that sense of like, when, if you've seen Peter Pan, it's when the kids are like getting sprinkled the dust on them, and then they're like, we can fly, and then they fly off to Neverland, and the whole thing, you know, goes from there. But I feel it's that sense of like, wow, like we can fly, and there's like magic, and it's that really uplifting perspective of seeking wonder and joy and magic in everyday life. And I feel like they want to help you by drawing your attention to these little pieces of wonder in your life, these the things that are around you that might even be just like really, really small things. And I feel like that's where, you know, they're leading me, is it's not like the big in your face poster board, billboard that she's like throwing into my mind here, because those have a time and a place, but they don't come every day. And so what your little sprite is telling me is they want to draw your attention to the little things in life that bring magic, because then it makes your days feel like every day is full of magic, and that there's so much of it in just a single day. And so then you don't have to wait for a long time in between like the big things that get thrown your way. And yeah, it is that sparkling of magic in everything, in every little thing. And because this creature is magic, this being is made of magic, they want to show you the way with that, the way to that. And I feel like they're saying like, come with me. Come with me, let me show you, is the message I'm hearing. Very cool. Ooh. Let's see what came out. Again. I feel like we keep getting like this same cute little being. Showing you the light, showing you the way. And it's cultivating that greater sense of feeling, I'm hearing, because it's not just what you see around you that creates that sense of magic. It's also has a huge part of it has a lot to do with how you feel, and how that sense of magic emanates from how you feel. We've got two moons here, and moon typically signifies like feelings, emotions, and I just feel like this message coming in here about embodying that magic too, not just receiving it from around you, but actually emulating is the word that just dropped in here, emulating that. Oh, I really love this. Okay, more messages from your beautiful sprite. Yeah, you know, this mythical creature being your sprite, I feel has a lot of wisdom to offer you. It's not just like a childly, like, oh, haha, you know, let's go play. Obviously that has a big part to do with it, of reinvigorating that sense of childlike wonder and joy, but it also does have a spiritual wisdom in there of recognizing that you don't have to look so hard for the spiritual joys and wonders to show up around you. You don't have to look that hard. They're already there. And it is just a sense of like shifting your perspective and calling that within you. I feel it's like awakening your childlike vision, your childlike senses, and reawakening that portion within you. Because I have to keep coming back to this. As you see how it's like the high priestess, she's this older, kind of more matured character in the card, and then we're immediately coming to like these three little girls who, and it doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, whatever you identify as, it's the childhood underneath that she's pointing you to. Your inner child. And letting that release. You know, it's funny, as I'm looking at this card, I'm thinking of those toys that like were a stick with a horse head on the end. And you know how like kids would like ride those toys and be like, oh, like I'm on a pony. And it's like, obviously it's not a real horse, but that vision that children have of like, well, it's a real horse because I'm like riding, you know, it's like having that vision of like, well, yes, it is. And yeah, just allowing yourself to what's the word that I'm looking for? I almost feel like waft into that space. I don't feel like you have to like push or, you know, really force yourself to get there. I feel like it's kind of like a natural airy space that you can kind of easily shift in and out of when you need to. It's accessible. Cool. Wow. All right, so any advice on how you can best connect with this woodland sprite creature, with this woodland being? Any advice on how to best connect with them? Ooh. Let me do two more. Okay. Ooh, we got really cute ones. All right. So we have 9 of Cups. Let me show you everything we got, and then I'll go into them. I love that they ended it with the star. Like, that's just perfect. You know, those of you who identify, if you identify yourself as a creative in any which way, and all of you should say yes to that because we are all inherently creative, I feel like activities that call out and nurture your creativity will draw them in and help you to kind of like connect and sense them a bit more clearly. I'm definitely seeing nighttime when it's quieter, and I feel like when it's quieter and when you're able to listen more deeply and you don't have as many distractions going on around you pulling you away from, because they're there, and I feel it's they're kind of like they have like a little chiming noise with them, and but their energy is very like a lightning bug, you know. It's like a lightning bug, like a butterfly. Like, it's very delicate and soft, and it's there, but it's not going to be in your face. And so if you have these distractions, it's going to be harder to kind of like tune into that. And yeah, anything that can bring out your sense of fun, whether it be with yourself or whether it be with friends or others, I feel like that still draws them into you, and that draws their energy closer. And I feel like dreams too, sleep time is very important when you're able to like dream. If you have any kind of nightly rituals, and I'm seeing, they seem like smaller rituals to me. They don't feel like very elaborate big deals. These seem like quiet little lighting a candle, putting on some lotion. For some reason, I'm seeing that. Body self-care rituals as well. It's that feeling of lightness. But yeah, something about the evening time really kind of hones your energy more to this mythical creature, and so they kind of come through a little bit easier during that. And also when you are in moments when you're wishing, when you wish upon that star and you want to head to Neverland, in moments where you're wishing, in moments where you're praying and dreaming and fantasizing about your dreams and goals and wishes, I feel that they kind of like show up right above your head, and then they start trying to sprinkle that fairy dust. That's so funny. Yeah, the light. I feel like the light, especially when it's dark out, because I keep seeing nighttime and I keep seeing sparkles. Put up some fairy lights in your space or something that cultivates that more like woodland sprite type of energy. And I'm seeing stars as well. So whenever you go out and look at the stars and when they're twinkling, I feel that helps the sprite to really connect with you in your heart space and you to it. And so do your homework and connect, because they want to reach out to you and they want to help you. And I feel like this is their gift to you, and there's going to be quite a magical little discovery for when you do open up and choose to work with them. And what do I mean by work? Well, that's really going to be up to you and what they bring forward to you and what you feel when you connect with them, and how you see yourself when you connect with them and what they show you. So I feel like that's it for you who chose group number 1, card number 1. I hope you enjoyed this little reading that showed you your little character was the woodland sprite. So go Google them, see what you can find, and I hope you have a lovely time connecting with them. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, let's move on to group 2. If you chose the second card, this is for you. So let's see what mythical creature is calling to work with you. You got, what is that, Judgment card, but we're not reading the titles. So let's see, we have somebody who is blowing a horn. I'm also getting fantasy vibes here, so we are on the right track. Interesting. Let's see. It's really intriguing to me of like building, trying to figure out like who the being is by like pulling a few cards on them and what they are. Okay, so let's see what we got. We also got the Fool, the Star, so this is what we have. Huh. I feel like, trying to piece this together, something about the horn. I feel like it's I'm getting Narnia vibes. I want to say satyr, but I feel like it's feminine. So it's not a satyr, but it's something like that. A fawn. It's a fawn. Something about this like feminine energy is really calling to me. Yeah, the horn. No wonder it was giving me Narnia, because I'm like, okay, it doesn't, in Narnia, the fawn, doesn't he like play a song on his horn? Or like a flute or something, a panpipe. Yeah, I'm getting a fawn for you, because I'm also getting like, yeah, I just keep seeing Narnia stuff. And like the way he's kind of leaping here for some reason reminds me of a goat. So, okay, you guys have a fawn. Wow, so what's this fawn talking about? I feel like there's a sense here of like adventure almost. I don't know if that's the correct word though. But there's about movement, definitely. Movement, travel, journeying. That's the word that's coming in here, because I kept feeling like, okay, this is not about just sitting in one place and just changing your perspective. This is about actual like movement, travel, distance, going places. Okay, so what is your fawn talking about? What was I saying? I was like, movement, journey, adventure. You got the chariot. Okay. I feel like what the fawn wants to help you with, wants to work with you on, has a lot to do with I want to say it's like opening up not just your authentic self, although I feel like it's kind of in that realm. The message that I'm getting here from them is like, when you look at a fawn, it's like half human, half goat, I suppose, or half deer, I think. Don't quote me on that. I have to Google this after. I clearly don't really know that much about them. But I feel like, you know, it's like they are this marvelous creature that's like neither really here nor there. They're kind of a bit of both, and they're marvel. Like, that's the word that keeps coming through. They're a marvel, and they own it, you know, like they're not really deer and they're not really human. They're like a little bit of both, and they're this unique kind of weird out of place creature, but they own it. And I feel like that's the message that keeps coming through, is really owning that in you. And, you know, maybe you're not half deer, but it's that strength and that power of being who you are, and moving through the world and stepping forward into opportunities and experiences and journeys fully in yourself and fully as you are and as you are meant to be. And it really comes down to like your core essence. Is they keep like dropping this in here. Like, you're not going to look like the next person. You're supposed to do things in your own unique way, in your own authentic way that cannot be replicated. Because you are, gosh, what is the word? I'm getting all lost in like my words, because they're just so unique and expressive and unorthodox in a way. And it's just owning that. And I keep seeing the fawn wants to take you into spaces and places. Like, I feel like they're holding your hand, they're taking you by the hand, and they're walking you into different doorways and opportunities where yeah, I'm getting the sense that they're kind of like showing me in this story of like you feeling like, oh, I don't know, I don't really fit like they do, I don't really look the way, I don't look the part, I don't feel the part, and I don't feel like I fall into that mainstream current is what they're showing me. And I see the fawn they're taller than you for whatever reason, and they look down at you and they just radiate this uniqueness that makes everybody turn and look at them and be like, wow, like, where did you come from? We had no idea that, you know, there's a sense of admiration in how authentic and unique and expressive they are. And that's what this mythical creature wants to gift to you. Is that ability to put yourself into spaces and opportunities where you don't even think about, oh, well, am I going to fit? Am I going to, you know, this and that, this kind of talk. You walk in there and you own yourself. Wow, okay. That's pretty powerful. And they're so calm about it too. Like, you know, they're just such a unique, peaceful creature. I gotta read up about them. I gotta learn more about fawns. So what's gonna help you to connect with this being? How can you better connect with them? What's the advice? How can you better connect with your fawn who's coming through here for you? I feel like I just saw like a book and writing. There's something intellectual here. There's something knowledge. That's what's coming. The knowledge. It's not just reading a book, but whatever you do to like study and learn, really intellectual vibes. I'm kind of surprised. Whatever you do to put yourself in that space of learning and wisdom and philosophy is coming through, that will help you to connect more to that energy that draws them in. So what I'm feeling here, okay, let me show you what we got. Lovers, death, the world. I'm feeling life experiences, learning about other experiences. Sorry, what am I saying? Learning about just a plethora of different things in the world. I feel like I'm seeing a globe and like different kind of old school treasure maps almost. It's not treasure maps though, but it's like old school, like yellowed parchment paper. I'll get there, just give me a sec. It's yellowed parchment paper and like an old globe, kind of like how when the East India Trading Company, like back in those times, you know, they would like travel and do these like big navigational maps and like hand-drawn maps and learning about the world, learning about different places and things and cultures and all that. And yeah, when I just look at this death card, I keep feeling very philosophical. Very philosophical. Talking about your beliefs. So really what I feel like is helps to call them in and helps you to connect to them and them to you is when you travel, when you learn, when you think deeply about, you know, a variety of different things in the world, whether, you know, what's going on in the world or just your beliefs and values in general. And I feel like there's one more that's coming out here for you. Okay, let me show you what we got. We have Devil and Magician. I feel like the magic of the world. The magic of the world in the sense, I'm almost getting kind of like, kind of pagan vibes a little bit. Are fawns pagan? Do they come from paganism? I'm not sure. Again, I'm gonna Google all of this after. I feel it's more like when you're learning about, yeah, for some it is about magic and a ritual and, ooh, that's fun. Esoteric wisdom. Because I feel like I'm getting shown books of like mysticism and like secret societies. And just the magical properties that are underlying in the world, in our everyday lives, like on this planet. So that's very cool because I'm seeing like, yeah, there's like the surface level stuff and then there's like almost like hidden secrets that are also underlying and being woven underneath the surface. And that's really interesting that they they connect with you with that. I think that draws them in too because they're basically a creature of mystery and wisdom and intelligence that I feel like they want to talk to you about that kind of stuff. They want to connect with you on that kind of stuff and show you a thing or two. Okay, any more from the fawn? I'll pull one more. I feel like there's one last one. And we have, oh, you had double strength for this reading. Yeah, I feel like this is reiterating their message of just walking into a room and owning your own power and owning who you are. And specifically, I'm seeing the message of like letting outside perspectives bounce off of you, because you are you, and there's no taking that away, and there's no changing that. There's no hiding it. And so you may as well walk into a room and fully own the fact that you are who you are. And like the fawn, you walk in and you're, you know, half hooves, half person, but you radiate this mystical energy and this mystical quality that just sees more, knows more, and invites that into any space you walk into. You invite that magic into every space that you allow yourself to step into. And I just feel like there's a sense of you bringing out that wonderful, marveling energy out in other people when they see you and they're like, wow. You know, you cause other people to go, wow, more than you give yourself credit for, more than you perhaps know at this time. All right. I hope that resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading from the fawn. Let me know if you connect to their energy and what mysteries you discover. I'm all about that. And let me know in the comments below how that resonated. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you chose card 3, this reading is for you. So let's see what mythical creature wants to reach out and work with you. Here we go. You got thread. A rainbow thread. Okay, well, let's see who's coming through. Interesting. That's not really telling me much, but it has been pretty fun building the character, building the being through cards. Okay, so let's pull. Who do we have? This is everything I've got. Huh. I definitely feel like it's horse-like. Let's see. Kind of mysterious. It's not a full horse though. I'm getting... Oh my God, I just got a chill. I literally just thought of hippogriff, and then I just got a chill because I realized in the 3rd movie of Harry Potter where they have a hippogriff, they have a time turner, which is basically this little like sand thing. Whoa, that was very cool. I love it when that happens, when you like say something and then it's like you get a whole body zap of like, yes, that's it. Wow. Okay, so you have a hippogriff, group 3. Whew. Let's see. Wow, I feel like very, very interesting, very mysterious, kind of a mysterious creature. So let's see what it has to tell you. What does it want to help you with? Clearly you have a very powerful creature because it is half horse. Horse always signifies power to me. But what are they? Half horse, half eagle. Okay. Let's see. What do they want to help you with? What are they offering their help with? You know, it's interesting because I feel like their energy is not super like in your face. I feel like it's very almost reserved in a sense. Like, I remember when I like pulled this card, I was like, okay, that's a little mysterious to me. But I feel like they're stepping forward. So let's see where this goes. There's a sense here of like, you're coming up on if you're not already, you're coming up on a time with which it feels like you're approaching a threshold where you are going to need to kind of gather yourself and take more of a leap. Again, like, you know, it's like horse and flying, and it's like freedom, but also flight at the same time. And I feel this, again, the sense of time is coming in here. There's a bit of a timing, either of something that you've been wishing for, that they recognize in you, that they feel is like they want to offer their help with you in moving forward. In moving forward and taking that leap. I'm going to get into what that is in a sec. And I feel like there's been a lot of strategizing on your end of like how you can make it possible. Not just how you can make it happen. I feel it's like putting it in the realm of possibility is something that you've been working towards and trying to figure out. And I feel here I'd be surprised if you hadn't been doing any kind of self-work, because I do feel there's self-reflection that they're bringing up, that you have been engaging in, of your own shadow work, of your own inner healing, and focusing on your own personal growth. And all of that is incredible and magnificent and well done. And I feel at the same time, these two are calling me out. I don't know which way it's gonna flip when I upload this, but whatever. So it's like, okay, you've been thinking, you've been dreaming, you've been planning, you've been plotting, but I feel this. It's time for that leap. It's time for that leap. Now I want to know what this is for you. What is that leap? Because it's kind of like you kind of have to close your eyes and just like go for it. Yeah, I keep seeing there's been a lot of thinking, a lot of dreaming, a lot of passivity. Not that you haven't been doing anything, but it seems like they're showing me there's been a lot of heavy focus in your mental space. This is where all the energy has really been like accumulating as of late for you. It's been all up in your head in a good way. This is not a bad thing. You've been mentally putting in the effort of figuring it out. You have to figure it out before you put it into action, right? So, you know, it makes sense. And I feel that it's almost like you've kind of, it's time for that next step. It's time for that next step of like, okay, you've done all the planning necessary. It's time to execute it. It's time for you to take everything that you've accumulated, everything you've learned, everything you've practiced, everything you've planned. And I feel they're showing me an image of you like standing at the base of like a windy trail that winds through like the mountains, and take that, it's time to embark on the journey. So I feel like what that is, something, okay, hang on. He's giving it to me. It's what you've been planning. It's this, the journey is that ideal thing that you've been dreaming of. It's the journey to that. And I feel like that it's the next step that they want you to, I see them like opening their wings and like guiding you down this path. Because I feel like you've gotten everything you need in order to embark on the journey to really start to get the ball rolling and embody the person and the project, the thing that you've been building. And right now, like, you've just been laying the groundwork up till this point. So by the time you hear this reading, you're ready to, enough with the groundwork. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. So that next step is obviously going to look different for one person to the next. But the point is, like, there's been enough time spent in the mental space of planning and putting it together, and it's time to embark. That's the word that just dropped in. So, what did I just say? Embark, and then we got a doorway opening here. Wow. Whew. Okay, and a key. Oh my gosh. I'm getting chills all over this reading. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, they're definitely giving you, that's what they want to help you with. This next step. They want to help you to go from this person who's just lying down here and dreaming and thinking, like, when is this going to be me? And they want to help you start stepping into this more. Not just more, but like, period. There's no turning back. Like, you're headed into it. That's what they want to help you with. Ooh, I know who I want to connect with. Wow. And then I just got a little emotional looking at this one. Lady with a bird face. And again, hippogriff is like half horse, half eagle, right? And so I feel here it's like, you know how birds have, the first thing I thought was like how birds have a honing instinct. And that's what they want to offer you, is to hone. By hone you, it's like direct you into the way to go. They're gonna point you the way to go with what you want. And be like, we're going this way. This is where we're going. This is what's gonna lead you into this space of being that person who, instead of dreaming, can I be on the tightrope? You're going to be on the tightrope. You're going to be in the limelight, seen, shining, radiant, whatever it is that you are really working hard towards. And I also feel one last message coming in here of facing fears and uncertainty, because what they are, because I feel like they're showing me an image of like you looking up at this hippogriff and they're giving you this sense of confidence and this sense of like, we're gonna do it, we're gonna embark on this journey together. But I also feel like they're pointing out, I'm getting an image of the Never-Ending Story right now, which if you've never seen this movie before, please Google this scene ASAP, of when the kid in the movie, there's like these two big sphinxes or these two big statues where he has to like run through them, and they like shoot lasers at him as he's running through. And it's like, you know, you have to take that risk, you have to take that leap and face the fear, even though, yeah, there's definitely going to be something to be scared of, but you're going to overcome it. You're going to embark on it, and you're going to go through that journey of ending up on the other side. But it is like, oh no, you're gonna have to face that fear. That's what I'm getting. Wow, what a niche little reference dropping in here. Sorry, my camera pooped out like right at the end. What is going to help you to connect to them? And then we will wrap this up. What's gonna help you to connect to your hippogriff? Aside from rewatching the third Harry Potter. What's gonna help you to connect to them? Okay. I feel like, oh my God, birds. Hang out with birds. We had birds, we had a flying ship, Okay, come on. And then like little flying bugs. Okay, so what I feel here is like going into places, whether it be physically or mentally, that encompass you with a sense of freedom. Freedom that make you feel like, again, make you feel like things are possible. Also, sorry, I'm like staring at this card and trying to figure out exactly what it's saying. But there's a feeling of like connecting to those parts of you that you know what this feeling reminds me of is it reminds me of when you have moments where you recognize in yourself what you carry and like how amazing and magical you are. This is what this card is reminding me of. Like when you have those moments, whether you're journaling or just kind of like with music or just thinking to yourself, come to that, think of that, where it's like, you know what, I am actually so capable of this. And you've got to be. I mean, you've been planning it this whole time. Like, why would you put all this effort into planning it if you didn't think that you could actually make it there? Blech. So, and the feeling of what it's going to feel like when you're there in that space of what you are manifesting, what that will feel like. And I also do feel here like dreams, prayers, and wishes are again coming up. I think this is a collective theme for this entire reading, all three readings, is in that dream time space of like, I'm gonna get there. I know this is mine. I know this is coming. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of birds coming through here. Connect with birds. Definitely. All right. I think that is it from our lovely hippogriff. I hope that you do connect with them and they gift you with this magical thing that you need to open this next door and this next phase of your journey. And let me know how that resonated in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Bye.